Hey everybody, I'm back another week and going Mondays. Mondays seems to be quiet. Squirrels are at camp. Wife's out running errands. Nobody's harassing me. I have quiet around the house. Sitting here listening to a little music, ready to rant and rave. So today I'm drinking the Bud Light Seltzer Cocktail Hour Strawberry Daiquiri. These Bud Light Seltzer lines, I'm going to go through them all. So far, they've all been home runs. Here's the first taste, Strawberry Daiquiri. Nice taste. Definitely won't let you down. Go get one of these. Very good. The Bud Lights, they said, fantastic. Let's get right into this. Listen, if you go to a foreign country and you commit a crime, our government is not responsible for getting you out of jail because you committed a crime in another country. You do not have the same rights and liberties in another country that you have here. Being American citizen doesn't mean you could be a worldwide lawbreaker criminal. And that gets me to this Brittany Griner. There's the outrage. The government isn't doing enough to get Brittany Griner out of Russia. Who is Brittany Griner? She's a basketball player. She broke the law in Russia. Same basketball player got on her knees and disrespected the flag. Wrote the WNBA saying they shouldn't even play the national anthem. You know what? You don't have the same liberties there. Maybe this is a good time for a sit and think, Brittany Griner, because you went over to Russia without these liberties. And you know what didn't work? The race card. You know what didn't work? The gender card. You know what didn't work? Your pride card. All of these cards are like the Swiss Army knife of cards here in the United States aren't accepted worldwide. This ain't Amex, sister. These are different type of cards, only accepted in the United States. Now listen, I do have sympathy. I don't want to see any of our people sitting in a Russian gulag. Not cool. Let us serve a time, think about it, and come home, and why don't we say thank you? It's not the government's responsibility to get lawbreakers out there. Be a big different story if she was a political prisoner, and our government should be working their balls off. Their, gender appropriate balls off to get political prisoners out. Make sure I don't offend any snowflakes who happen to stumble on this page. Unbelievable, really. What if it was a straight white tourist female over there? There'd be no outrage. Al Sharpton wouldn't be trying to sit down with Joe Biden. I'll tell you that right now. Just wouldn't be happening. Once again. Oh, let me tell you, I've been reading about Anne Frank. Now, I don't know what happened recently, but apparently, Anne Frank, Jewish Anne Frank, in that house, Nazis killed everybody. Apparently, she had white privilege. Doesn't make a difference. She didn't know she had it. She would have had better accommodations had she known, but if she was a woman of color, she would have had worse accommodations. Can you imagine this? This is what the world's coming to. Everything's back. We're getting back to the white privilege card. And I don't know how. We have to get out of this. We have to get out of this and move forward. Everything's not white privilege. You know, we go back and people keep talking about everybody should be proud of who they are. Everybody. Black pride, Latino pride, Asian pride, gay pride. You say white pride, you're a white supremacist, Nazi, racist. Why am I being segregated for being proud of who I am? I'm proud to be Irish. I'm proud to be white. I'm proud to be a drinker. I'm proud to be a dad. But God forbid you say you're proud to be a white guy. And even yet, if you have an American flag in front of your house, forget it. Forget it. We are now a segregated population because you can't be proud. Puerto Rican bear, you can be as proud as you want. We all know that. When did everyone in the country suddenly become smarter than a Supreme Court justice? They all know better. The Supreme Court justice, they're going against the will of the people. Well, dummies, it's not against the will of the people because that's not what the Supreme Court justice does. You may need to go back and take a high school U.S. government class, you liberals, because that is not how the Supreme Court works. It is not here to assuage the feelings of the population of the United States. Some people will like their decisions, some people will not. That's it. Once again, get over it. There's no problem when they rule in your favor. It never has been. Never has been. This is crazy. It really is. It all goes back to this Roe versus Wade. All go back to this Roe versus Wade. A woman in Texas was pulled over for driving with one person in the car. Officer pulls her over. Now the mental gymnastics start going. She said, whoa, I'm 32 weeks pregnant. Life starts at conception. Is this really where we're going? Really? I mean, she's pretty smart, quick on her feet. But come on, smartass. This is not what you were doing. This is not what you thought. This is not what we intended to do. Take it to court, lose. I hope it costs you a lot of money just for being stupid. There should be a stupidity fine on some of these tickets. Really. To be a woman. Everything's birthing person. Rage Against the Machine was at a concert. First concert in 10 years a couple nights ago. And on the screen it had black birthing person, white birthing person. They're women! Women! Birthing people are women! For God's sake, enough already! Saw an interview with some lunatic talking about she doesn't have gender dysmorphia. She's just very fluid. You know, she never really feels like a woman. Never feels like a female. Except when it's that time of the month and she has a period. Then she allows people to call her she. Mental illness is real. I'm telling you. These people need to seek some serious help because they're not going to get it because they're getting reaffirmed from society because we're catering to the 1 to 3%. We need to stop. I've said it before. Being atypical and abnormal isn't wrong. But we, the normals, the norms, do not have to conform to your thinking the same way you don't need to conform to ours. That's called freedom, you nut job. Freedom. And how come there's no outrage anymore when the black folk are beating on the white folk? I don't know, man. Everything seems to be going one way. One way. And it seems to be a very liberal way that could push an agenda. And without Joe Biden this week, he sent another 500 million to Ukraine. I think you know his idea now is to build other countries back better. And he's working on a new world order here. The guy's out of his mind. The guy's he's gone. He's out of it. You know, we saw on TV yesterday, he was talking about the Parkland shooting. It was happened in 1918. He can't even read the teleprompter correctly. Maybe somebody should proofread for him and have him do a dry run because him going live isn't good, man. It's worse than me going live. I'm all over the place, and he's worse than me, man. It is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, he went on and he said that this Roe versus Wade, he's going to do something about it because there was a 10-year-old in Ohio who was raped by her drunken father and had to drive to a different state to get an abortion because she missed the cutoff by 3 days. Story verified as false, made up. He wouldn't apologize, but then the White House ran it back and said, well, that could happen. Really? That's what we're doing now to President of the United States? Is not even fact-checking stories that seem to be convenient for the times? That's who we're dealing with. His handlers missed the boat on this one, man. Needs some better writers there. Maybe you should call Angry Mac. I'll have them all over the place. But I'll tell you who you don't call. Don't call Kamala Harris, because she had an interview this week. I'm going to read you a couple of quotes, because I can't remember them. They're so dumb. First one is, we cannot wait for Congress to act. Congress must act, but also we cannot wait for Congress to act. Huh? And the other one was, I think that to be very honest, I do believe that we should have rightly believed that other issues are settled. What is she talking about? I mean, the war on drugs is real, and it starts at the top with Kamala and definitely Joe. They give him that dementia medicine, and it's not working. We know Hunter's definitely whacked out on crack and everything. I mean, all of these pictures and stuff coming from the laptop is absolutely insane. You know, rule number one of doing crack with prostitutes? You don't weigh your crack cocaine with your prostitute. Hunter, what are you doing? For everything out of there, your cocaine crack card should be taken away from you. I mean, really. Joe, once again, can you tell me how to raise my children? Because it seems like yours are really banged around a bit, Joe. I don't know. We're still waiting for your daughter's diary to come out because there's some funny business in there, too. Just say no to drugs, kids. This is my advice to all of you. When did it become fashionable? When did it become fashionable to jump on a fast food counter when you weren't happy with the people? Just jump on and attack them. Because it's happening all the time. I saw a video today. jumped McDonald's, left the cell phone, something happened, who knows. But the McDonald's guy had like a stick or something and just beat him down. That to pry the guy off him. And I say, good for that guy. Good for that guy. Are we going to return to being decent human beings? Or are we regressing into the area of savages? Because that's where I feel a lot of countries going. And it's all explained. It's all justified. Savage, horrible behavior is being justified pretty much by the left. I'm just saying. It really is crazy. We have here in New York State, New York State is going to now enforce and push enforcement on illegal license plates. They're going to do it now? I mean, what are you waiting so long for? Seems a little weird. Seems that if it was illegal, you should have been enforcing it all the time. I mean, somebody should have let me know. I'd have been driving around with illegal license plates everywhere. Why do you think there's so much crime? Can't use the license plate to find somebody if it's illegal. Then we have TV shows, these geniuses in Hollywood creating shows, and now we have Hollywood celebrity eating bugs. So how soon before the liberals start eating bugs to copy their heroes in Hollywood who have the same mental illness as they do? Most of them at least. Some of them don't. But those are not the outspoken ones. Why? Because they have a brain. Let you think for yourself. The BA.5 new coronavirus variant is out. It is out. And it is going after the vaccinated. It is coming after the vaccinated. Just in time for the midterms. Let's get that fear going. While you're at it, you gonna get your monkeypox vaccination? I'm certainly not. Now, if they had a squirrel vaccination, I'd have to get that. Because these squirrels are killing me here. It could be any day I could go. We had the governor in Pennsylvania change the law. And he changed the law or the requirements for thousands of state jobs that you no longer have to have a 4-year degree. Because he wants people who are qualified to be able to get the jobs. Isn't he just lowering the qualification? I mean, if you need a 4-year degree to be qualified and you take it away, aren't you getting less qualified people? I don't know. I'm not in the government, so I'm not that dumb. Once again, ask my wife. She may have a different viewpoint. Speaking of my wife, she went out the other day. She came home. She says, hey, angry. I got you a gift. She came home with a power washer. Now, I'm not looking at it as a gift. I'm looking at it as a job. And she was waiting for me to say thank you. I mean, is this a situation I should be saying thank you? Can somebody leave me a comment? Anybody, leave me a comment. Let me know if this is a thankable thing. Now, what do we got here? All right. Tell you what. Properly inflated tires they save you 8 cents a gallon. Somebody told me that a proper vote saves you about $3 a gallon. So you may want to think when you're pulling a lever. Really. Yeah, this is insane. The world's going crazy. Didn't give you any advice last week. I'll give you advice this week. Dear Angry Mac, I'm engaged to a wonderful man that we've been dating and together for 5 years. He has 2 children. He recently, through a DNA test, found out he had a 3rd child. If I would have known he had this 3rd child before we were engaged, I wouldn't have said yes. What should I do? Well, first of all, the 3rd was the deal breaker? That was it? The 3rd was the deal breaker for this wonderful, great guy that you're engaged to and you've been with for years? This is it? A child he didn't even know he had? So he wasn't even like he was lying to you. He didn't know he had this child. You are a horrible person. So why don't you go out and find yourself another liberal to mate with and have other horrible people? That's my advice for you. Find a liberal, get married, because apparently it's the party of tolerance and acceptance, not... All right, I'm going to finish off by this. The same way I finish off every week. Every week is the same message at the end. All this other stuff is nonsense. The people closest to you, who you love, need to know you love them. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. There's not a day that you're going to wake up tomorrow and the same people are going to be in your life. Tell the people you love them. I love you. The 3 most powerful words you could tell somebody. Give them a hug, give them a kiss. Doesn't make a difference if they're the same gender, the other gender, 100 different genders. Don't care. If they're good human beings and you love them, you love them. We accept everybody as long as they're good people. Find your people. Tell them you love them. Give them a hug, man. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. And this stuff's really good. I'm going to finish this off right now.